finally tonight, today is the feast day of St. Therese of Lisieux, the young Carmelite nun whose little way to show love for God and neighbor has inspired millions of people. And joining us now to share more about the life and legacy of this doctor of the church is Reverend Joe Horn, Rector of the National Shrine of the Little Flower Basilica in Royal Oak, Michigan. Father Joe, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. Many share a great devotion to St. Therese, including a lot of our viewers. But for those who may not be so familiar, can you tell us a little bit more about her life and why she is called the Little Flower and why she is associated so often with children?
Well, I think that's exactly her story. She, at a very young age, was being called to serve the Lord in great love. I think she said the first word that she ever learned how to spell was heaven. And so at a young age, she was just enamored by this process where we are, leaving this earth one day and populating heaven. And she made a promise that she would do her work, right? That she would begin her work in heaven by bringing other souls to Christ, and that she would shower roses, onto those who would pray with her and pray for the salvation of souls. So I think that's how the Little Flower, began to develop. But her religious name, right, is Therese of the infant of Jesus, the infant Jesus, and also of the Holy Face. So, she's got a multitude of names, but we know her commonly as the Little Flower, especially here at the Shrine of the Little Flower.
Yeah, and as you know, we're living through some pretty turbulent times right now. There's a lot of stress and suffering, unfortunately. How can the Little Way help us and others in our daily lives?
Well, she said that you don't have to serve with great strength. In other words, you don't have to be the biggest, strongest person, but that if you surrender to Jesus, she said even picking up a pin in great love, out of great love for Jesus, could save a soul.
It's such a great message.
Isn't it awesome? Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to be the greatest. You can actually be who God has made you to be, weak as we are, and still be very, very useful to God and very, very powerful in His name.
Yeah, that is a powerful message, too. Can you tell us in what ways does the Shrine of the Little Flower Basilica work to spread the message of St. Therese, not just on her feast day, but also throughout the year?
So we're especially blessed as a basilica, a minor basilica, to have 3 schools. And so we wind up being able to teach St. Therese's Little Way to about 1,000 children, just under 1,000 children every year in our school system. That's one very powerful way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And anything else that you would like to share with our viewers that maybe we didn't talk about?
Well, as a basilica, I'm learning that we are to reach out. I've been here 18 months, and we're learning that our job, our work as a basilica, is to reach out to not just our parish, but to the region and even to the state and to the nation, to try and bring about a greater understanding of Therese, but also Carmelite spirituality, and also to build up our Catholic body to be evangelizers. So we're putting together a series, a program called Live at the Basilica, to bring speakers in who will encourage us and challenge us to be the best Catholics we can be.
Well, that is so wonderful. And thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today about all this. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. God bless you on this feast day.